Hi, my name is Rose Serpent, for anyone who doesn't know me yet. And today we're going to be doing Tiikk. Tiikk is a wild child kind of a character. Tiikk grew up on a infamous bug island that actually does not exist in real life. It would be very scary if it did exist in real life. But it's an island off in the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, so Tiikk was on this island because his biological parents were scientists, very renowned scientists in the US, or really across the globe, but they came from the US. And so they discovered the island themselves on a crusade to another island to study the native wildlife. But they ended up not going there because when they discovered the bug people, any scientist would stop in their tracks to specifically stop, just to witness this moment in time. Okay, so Tiikkr's name, his parents did not actually name him Tiikk. His name was actually Nathaniel Brooks. For a moment there, my brain completely stopped, and I thought that his name was not Brooks for a second there. That I had said wrong, but it's very correct. But his name is actually Nathaniel, and where the name Tiikk came from is actually because his dad would call him Tiger, and the bug people misunderstood what he was saying and thought he was saying Tiikk. So yeah, but anyways, so Tiikk, the reason why he was on that island for the entirety of his life was not specifically because his parents decided to live on that island to study the ways of the bug people or anything like that. And when I say bug people, I don't mean like 2-inch insects that walk on 2 legs and they're able to speak and they have coherent language and all that jazz. No, I mean fully sized, human-sized bugs, or people that look like bugs. It's a very interesting thing. But anyways, so I'll have to draw Amethyst one day, and Amethyst was actually Tiikkr's caregiver. But anyways, so Tiikkr's parents actually died on the island, and because they were scientists and they were the only ones there, no one knew how to find them. Everyone just knew that they didn't show up at the island they were supposed to go to, and when they didn't arrive, everyone kind of just assumed they died, which kind of sucks because, Tiikk spent the rest of his life on Bug Island completely away from humans, away from human culture, away from human traditions, and grew to understand and learn the bug people's traditions and culture and language and so on and so forth, which is something that I don't have any resentment for tormenting this poor boy, but I do at the same time. But anyways, Tiikk winds up being okay in the end. His parents died because of a land shark, which is a kind of like a shark that runs around on land like a roach. And it kind of stormed through their camp, and one thing led to another, and his parents were dead. Also, by the way, fun fact, this one character sheet in particular gave me so much hassle. Not only did this happen, where for whatever reason 2 line art saved on top of each other, as a flat 1 line art. I don't know what happened there. I don't understand how that happened there. It just happened. And then the other thing that happened is my computer, I guess the power cord on my computer was loose, and so one time I accidentally loosened it to where basically my computer just shut down, And I was like, what the fuck just happened? And then the second time, but thankfully, when that first time happened, I don't think that, much progress was made. Nor do I think I was recording, because I only have one corrupted file. And the second time, my dog did it. Yeah, I know, right? Like, blame the dog. But I admitted to doing it once. The dog did it. Dog walked underneath my desk, and I guess he bumped into the cable, and that was that. So there is lost footage at the end. I apologize, but, like, it's corrupted, and I don't know really what to do, because I don't want to, like, go back and redo it, if that makes sense. So what you're seeing here is another, like, part of the bug people's culture where there are some bugs in reality that will wear other wear rocks as a shell, like a protective shell, which I thought was cool, because that was really cool to see, like, a shiny shell case for a bug. But anyways, there's some bugs that like wear the dead's like parts, and so I kind of took inspiration from that, where Tiikker's clothes have casings and of course dragonfly wings from dead tribe members. So basically, like, one of their beliefs was when one dies, the rest shall be protected, or those closest will be protected. And Tiikk was very, very loved in that community because, well, he was a human boy, he was a child, and, some of them being so old, some of them were like, oh, this is disturbing, like, get this fucking monster away from me. Because you know how when you settle down and you see something new, it's scary. So a lot of the elderly people were that way, where they were scared, but some took on more of a motherly or fatherly nature and realized this is a unprotected child that does not have a shell. So when some of the elders passed, of course, Tiikk was to inherit parts of their encasings. So the wings are non-operational, they are more aesthetic based. The wings are sewn onto the back of his vest. So between the two breastplates that are there, which are casings from one of the deceased bugs, there is a lift, like a lip from the top one, and underneath that the dragonfly wings come through. For the bug that passed away, those were active, like those were like in use kind of wings, they were not just aesthetics. And then for, you can see like the shin braces, that is also shell encased, like, why do I say shell, like, it was basically the casing of another bug as well. So yeah, I have not worked out the fur. I would like to be able to work it out, but it's more so aesthetic based right now. I don't know where he would have gotten fur from, to be honest with you. But anyways, so I actually, in this redesign, so in his original, you can see it in the top left there, in his original design, that's what he looked like. He didn't have the casings, he wore normal fucking blue jeans, he didn't have the dragonfly wings. I wanted to take heavy inspiration from this design because this is the original design, but at the same time I wanted to redo it so it would look better and work, because he'd lived on an island where man never touched it. So obviously he would have to follow someone else's tradition, someone else's attire. He would have to coexist and survive with the bug people. Also, he's got sharp teeth to consume meat because, surprisingly, a large number of bug people are carnivorous motherfuckers. They're also farmers. But anyways, to the nitty gritty about Tiikk. Tiikk is, as far as his sexuality is concerned, Tiikk doesn't understand like the concept of a sexuality. because to him it's just a fluid thing. So I guess you can call him pansexual, but he would never say he was, because like this is a whole new concept to him, that these labels exist. Labels don't exist where he comes from. So for him, it doesn't matter. You know, people love who they love. People are who they are. There is no defining anything that goes between. Tiikk is just Tiikk. When I mentioned Amethyst earlier, Amethyst is a four-armed bug person who raised Tiikk after his parents passed away. And she took on a very motherly role. She would do literally anything for him. When Drop and Crevice, sailed out that way, and they noticed the island and the ship that had his father's, imprinting on it, knowing it was one of his father's ships, they went to investigate, because this, very well could be the shipwrecked missing ship, or the assumed shipwrecked ship that was missing, even though they weren't heading out that direction really to vacation, because Drop's father sent him off to go and relax after he lost his arm. So when they showed up, it was a very terrifying time for the bug people, because you have more of these human-like things that don't look like Tiikk. And then they see Tiikk and they start trying to take Tiikk away. And of course that was terrifying. Amethyst was horrified, and she was she wanted to save her baby, but Tiikk was a curious being, and he wanted to know so much more. He needed to know so much more, because everything he knew about humans died and was buried. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't remember anything about the human world. He doesn't know anything. So for Tiikk, it was an opportunity to learn where he came from, learn about where he came from, learn about what he is, and all these other things. It was just a moment that he could figure things out. Also, I took so long trying to figure out what the hell happened here. Turns out I had a layer above my other stuff, and I just didn't know it for the longest time. But anyways, Tiikk wanted to learn, and inevitably, those romantic sob stories where it's love at first sight. He saw the very first human he ever saw after his parents passed, of course, and immediately he was enchanted. And so that, of course, fed into his need to, go and see the human world. Tiikk, in the relationship, is a very soft person. Like I said, he's a wild child, so he wants to go and explore and see so many things, but he can't. But for Tiikk, in the relationship, he truly adores Drop, and he would do anything for Drop, and that includes giving up his life at the Bug Island. So Tiikk is just a kind and loving character who loves life and loves everything about life. But that's it for everything, guys. Y'all have a good night and stay safe. Bye.